Hello guys, welcome back to another episode, episode 2 of Extinct Universal Roblox Ride Reviews. If you guys saw episode 1, you know what the show is. We review old extinct rides that I've ridden before at Universal Studios Roblox, say my thoughts, good, bad, etc., etc. Today's ride is technically not extinct, but I had to include the Forbidden Journey in this whole series because while it is just closed for major refurbishment, um, the CEO of Universal Studios Roblox stated that this major refurbishment is going to rebuild the ride from the ground up, which is why I included this as a new video, not new video, like as an extinct ride because the old version is pretty much is entirely extinct. The ride itself. So let's get into it. The Forbidden Journey opened in July of 2018 as one of Roblox's most advanced dark rides at the time, and it was very unique at Universal Studios Roblox. It used screens. First of all, it did use screen technology. However, the screens were very bad. It was kind of like the way Roblox Recorder is, where it's like even literally like one frame every 4 seconds, which is really not good quality for the video. However, there are also some scenes and all that in the ride. The queue, however, was definitely one of the longest queues I've seen at a Roblox theme park attraction, especially like with even when comparing to any of the movie park attractions or the Walt Disney World Roblox. All the parks I've been to, I've never really seen a line that like a queue that long. And if you're literally in standby, the queue takes like 12 minutes. Even if there's no one waiting, you still have to go through an entire long queue, but that's okay. So in the queue, though, the reason it's so long and so massive, just as long as the ride, is because the queue has lots and lots of details. It only has a small automatic queue area because even express pass holders who go through the queue, everyone kind of gets a lot of nice detail in the queue, especially my visits there. Every part of the queue is pretty nice, detailed, beautiful. Definitely screams Harry Potter since it is a Harry Potter ride, but in my opinion, I haven't seen the Harry Potter movie, so I really don't know how similar it is to the real ride, but you know. So one of my favorite parts of the Forbidden Journey was in the area in the queue. There was a animatronic wizard that would say, like, welcome. This is the school where old people come to study wizarding and all that, and just talks about all that. So, and then after that, you get into the automatic queue, and then comes the ride. Now, let's get into like the good and the bad. The good is definitely a lot of the ride details, the queue mainly though. We haven't really talked about much of the ride because, in my opinion, I really don't like the Forbidden Journey. In my opinion, the ride's just bold. It's not as cool as the queue is. But the good parts about this attraction, the entire experience, is a lot of the detail that was put into both the dark ride scenes and the queue scenes, which, in my opinion, it's just nice to see that it's just nice to see how much they put in time and effort they put into it because the Wizarding World's been was in development for like 3 years, like like a year and a half at least, was how long it was being built, and it did open very impressive when it first opened. Obviously, though, nowadays you don't find that impressive because of now Roblox has changed, so they have like the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man and all that. But I feel like all the ride scenes, especially the end with the Harry Potter and the wizard animatronics, those are pretty cool. And the scenes were also nice. The way they did have a lot of moving, sudden effects and all that, which was really cool. Especially the dragon, the smoke, and the strobe lights, and all that. It's just, I think also the screen technology is what makes it the bad. So if I was to say the bad, it was definitely when I was back. If you were in standby, it was pretty not worth it. If you weren't a Harry Potter fan, it really is not worth. It was not worth to ride because if you didn't have Express Pass, you would wait 12 minutes, or you'd be walking in a queue for 12 minutes, just experience a 3-minute ride based on a wizarding movie, which, in my opinion, that's what I felt it as. But in the beginning, sort of earlier this year, I wrote it and I wrote it again, and I just felt it was really nice, and it was. I finally could understand how, why people like this ride and why people like the TPR Informer would put this dark ride at their the top of their list, because it was such a because Universal Roblox does lack a lot of dark ride experiences. They aren't really much. They don't really have a bunch of family rides. They have all these crazy thrill rides and all the dark rides they have at the park, like Fast and Furious and Jurassic Park, like not Jurassic Park River Adventure, but Fast and Furious and the Revenge of the Mummy, and at the time, and even Back to the Future, which we covered last episode. They're all dark. They're all dark rides, but even if they are dark rides, they have a roller coaster sequence in them, and it just gives that nice thrill. I mean, even though the Revenge of the Mummy doesn't go upside down, it still is like a thrilling ride, and a lot of these dark rides these days have that thrill. So that's kind of the bad about it is because that's one of the parts I think that really kills the Forbidden Journey's closures, that we only have one official, not even dark ride. The only family attraction at the park now is Jurassic Park River Adventure, which, while I do like Jurassic Park River Adventure, I feel like I feel like Harry Potter the Forbidden Journey was definitely a fun attraction. I really enjoyed all the times I did go over the past year. Have always been really great experiences, even before I got Express Pass. And I'll leave it here. I'll have to give a solid score. Unfortunately, just due to a lot of my not good experiences with that ride, I do unfortunately have to give it a score of 3 out of 10. But while I did not really I didn't like it a lot, I still kind of miss it, because that's the thing, is you're not gonna, and when there's something that you don't like, something you don't like, and you do that a lot, you do something a lot that's boring, like, I don't know, maybe you go to there's a store at the mall that you go to, and you go to it a lot, but you never like going in there, and but it's kind of cool, it's kind of nice, air conditioning, kind of nice little tiny space and all that you kind of like how it's on the, or you like it slightly, but you don't like it a lot. You don't love it, but you find it boring. And then they just take that store away at the mall. They don't have that store anymore. And later on when they replace it with something, I feel like it kills the entire thing, where you can't really sit in that nice store anymore. And you might, even if you like that store, you might all miss it more than that. But even if you didn't like that store or found it boring, you'd still miss it. Trust me, because I know what that feels like. I've had it happen. It happens to me a lot. It happens annually. But but yeah, Forbidden Journey is definitely. I knew it was gonna be the same. I knew I was gonna miss it. So I feel like that's a good thing. Is finding it boring caused me, I feel like, to give more attention towards the ride now than I normally do. And the queue was also nice. I will state that most of the good did was the dark ride. They did a really great job. They did a lot of it. I feel like, though, now that Forbidden Journey's closed and going under work for the next year, I feel like they aren't really doing much. Gonna put, because all of these rides at the park that have been here for that are not new. So anything that predates 2020 is pretty much all was made by Andrew Peace and the other developers, and it was I feel like they're taking away a lot of that Andrew Peace stuff, and I'm sure a lot of these new attractions that they make are gonna be still cool in a way, but there's gonna be that taste that the park had when it was a year old in 2017, and it's just gonna drop. It's gonna lose that charm, and I feel like that's kind of upsetting. But like I said, the 3 out of 10 is something I will respect, because I do respect the Forbidden Journey a lot. But anyway, so that's just my thoughts on Forbidden Journey. Once again, my question was like we did last time. Did you ride it when you first opened? Did you ride it, like I said, right when it opened? Like you rode it on opening day, opening month. Maybe you rode it back when they still had the screens. Did you ride it maybe right before it closed. Were you the last? Did you guys get your last? Like, were you guys one of the last people on it? If you guys don't know, I was like the very last person to take. I was the very last legitimate rider on that ride. I had a group of maybe 20 people, and I used math and calculations. I had a timer on one end counting to midnight, and on the other end I had the game, like the game I was playing, my server. And the second that I knew I should jump on, walked on and told everyone, just when I jump on the thing, follow me. So everyone did, and I did the best I used my math brain and did the calculations. But anyway, now that we've done all this, thank you guys so much for watching, and I guess we'll see you in the next episode. I don't know what we're gonna cover next episode, if we're gonna even have a next episode, but whichever. I'll see you later. Bye.